Okay. I met a lot of people who have disclosed how lonely they are, although they are married. And way back, I used to feel the same way. Okay. Sometimes you're just not compatible with your spouse. And you have to understand that that's okay. Sometimes you're trying to keep something together that will just won't work. Okay. And then your spouse could be a cheater, they could be a liar, they can make money and still be doing the same things. And some people hold on to things that are just dead ends. Okay. And I've met people like that where they're suffering. And then it makes them try to look at other people's lives. Okay, well, you're divorced or you're single or something like that, and then that's their way of projecting the fact that their marriage is a total fail, and that their spouse has no respect for them, but that they decide to stay and you stood up. Okay. Don't take it personal. Okay. It's just the way things go. When people are going through, well, not all people, but when some people are going through marital issues, they want to project. And sometimes they'll be like, well, at least I'm married. And that's their excuse for tolerating all of the disrespect that's happening there. Okay. And then some people, we can't handle it. Like, I'm a Libra. I can't handle that. I'm sorry. It's like, I don't care if you put a baby in me. I was married. My ex put a baby in me, and then he thought just because he trapped me with baby that would work, and that just did not work at all. Okay. So some people have a false sense of what their friends tell them to do. Okay, well, maybe if you get pregnant or something like that. No, that's stupidity. If anything, you don't want to bring a baby into the world over an unstable foundation. Now, when I had my son, I was in my 30s and we were stable financially, so it didn't matter. Okay, we still had our issues, period. And then I let that person go because it wasn't worth it. And remember, my channel, Creative Perspectives with Brandy, is for entertainment purposes only. We always have to say that disclaimer because it keeps us out of the courtroom, although it is completely nonfiction. Okay. So anyway, but I've learned something. You can have friends, and some friends, they will expose that they never liked you anyway. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Sometimes it's just a reflection. So you can have a bright personality and they may not have one. And because they're able to hold on by any means necessary, because some people chase people that don't want them, and they'll stay married to them, although the person don't want them, and they'll hold on to them and choke the life out of the other person. And then that's all they can do is, what about the kids? What about this? And what about that? And then they're tied to that. But when they look at an individual who have a divorced person who have gotten out of that circumstance, gotten out of that type of abuse, because sometimes people are going through where the person's a habitual cheater, they lied to them as their spouse, and then they also are lying to the person that they're trying to make their extra, as we call it. Some people say side piece, third party, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. A person who is married lies, to try to get what they want from both parties. So their wife might not be doing, or their husband may not doing them right, and then they're trying to come out here and just find anybody that would do them right, whether they're male or female, and they'll lie, and then they'll say they're players. Players don't need to lie. Players don't need to lie. They'll tell you straight up. I come from a male dominant family, so I've seen this where they could tell a person straight up what they're about, and the person still is on their curtail or trying to pursue them. Okay. And then that's a player where they could tell the truth. A liar is just somebody where they're lying to the person. Oh, I'm single, when they're clearly married, and then they're hiding their wedding ring, doing stupid shit like that. Stupid stuff. Sorry. But you get the difference. A liar versus a player are completely different. Some people try to say, oh, I'm a player. No, you're not. You're a liar. You're lying to this person, and then you're also lying to the person that you're trying to get caught up in your lies that's not married to you. So you're just a liar. because you're trying to pretend like you're single when you're not. That's different. Okay. But sometimes a married person could try to shame a single person or a divorcee because their marriage is not going so well. And they are looking at a stronger person who got out of toxicity. Okay. And then you become the threat, the person that got out of it. And the person who chose to stay or who doesn't have anywhere to go or who is codependent on their marriage, they hate the person because you remind them of the strength that they don't have. So if you are divorced and you moved on with your children and you're making life work for you and you're making things happen in your life, you could be a direct threat to someone who chose to stay, to someone, a direct threat to somebody who has not leveled up in their own life, who has children from the same person, and they're trying to hold on as hard as they can. Okay. And they're definitely trying to make you look like death to everybody else when you're single. And remember, you're not a threat to them because most single people who are healthy, they don't want your husband. They don't want nothing you got. They're looking for their own. And that's a healthy individual. But people who are codependent, sometimes they may not have those same views. They might look at a single person as a definitely threat to their marriage because they know that their spouse has a wandering eye. And you're not the real problem. It's the spouse that has a wandering eye. So if they look at you and they're like, oh my God, this person's pretty or this person's really handsome, if you're a male, then they're like, oh crap. And don't take it personally. You just keep being you. Okay. And sometimes they can gang up into a little clique and do their thing, to make you know, okay, you're not welcome because you're single. But what it really is that they have a cheater on their hands, and that cheater has embarrassed them so many times. And you are a reminder as a divorcee or as a single person that you're independent. So you don't need somebody else paying your bills. You don't need all of these other things. And then divorced with children, you can be a threat too, because it's like you're paying all your bills yourself and you don't need the guy. And he's trying to make it seem like he's the end all be all when he's not. Then that can harm them because some individuals, depending on what their belief structure is, some women think, okay, I have to be beneath my man to make it work. I should not be educated. I shouldn't, it depends on where you're from. I wasn't from a place like that and I was not trained that way. It's like you go all the way on your own because you can't depend on that, because guess what happens in relationships? They could fail. So if they could fail, you need to have something for yourself. Okay. But some people are not raised that way. So if they are married, they could really hold a grudge against you if they are codependent on their husband's finances. Because it's like, how are you doing all this by yourself? But I'm over here and I need my ex-husband, or I need my husband right at this moment to take care of me and all of this. And then they put it all on you and it has nothing to do with you. All it is, they're not prepared for whatever can happen in that relationship. So if their ex-husband or ex-wife who makes the bread leaves, they have nothing. Okay, depending on which state, because some places are community property states. So you better be careful when you sign up, and you better do those prenuptial agreements. Gentlemen and ladies in those states, don't get don't have sexual interactions with people and then forget what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to protect your kingdom and what you built, because that person wasn't there when you built it. You just met them and they're trying to be in your life. Okay. But some people, if they have been married to a person that can provide, then they're like, well, my husband does this and he does this. And they're bragging all about their spouse. And that's okay. But have something for yourself as well. Because if you don't have anything for yourself, guess what? If he leaves you for another woman who has more, because at some point in time, they're going to see that somebody has a lot more than you do because you're so codependent. Okay. And it could be exhausting too. If somebody's out there working all the time, doing all this stuff, being a parent is also very taxing. So sometimes you can have an agreement and it can work out for some people. depending on how they were raised and what their beliefs are and how they plan to respect you. But not everybody's like that. Some people could be very disrespectful and they're like, okay, I could put a baby in this person, they make less than me, and then I can go out here and make all this money and I'm making money. And then they could be hurting you so bad to where you could look like you're 50 when you're 30 or 20. You know what I'm saying? You don't want people like that either. Just because they're older and they make money does not mean that they're safe. So be careful with that. But when you are dealing with people who shame based off of the fact that they're married and they're going through their own thing, forgive them, talk to them about that, and try to find out what's going on with them. Okay. Sometimes empathy goes a long way. Okay. But you got to let them know it's not okay to project on me because you got some stuff going on. You have to be direct with people like that. Okay. All right. That's 11 minutes. I hope I have shed some light on some things for you and I've helped you with whatever your circumstances are. Continue to be yourself. Stay focused on your path. Remember, eliminate distractions. Do not spend too much time thinking on things that will not get you to your goal. Stay prayed up. Stay protected. As far as how you handle yourself. Another thing is don't give your body to anybody. Okay. And then just understand sometimes when people are miserable and married, they could project on you too. Okay. And they could get with their friends because sometimes married people get with other married people like, see this and this, and they come up with all these speculations when they don't even know who you are. They don't even know your name. They don't know your favorite color or nothing. And they come up with speculations and you just have to remain you. Okay. Know who you are. Okay. You are a beauty or a handsome person in the sight of God, and you stick with that and let people do what they plan to do anyway. You can't stop people from doing what they want to do, but you definitely be aware of how you're going to respond to it. And sometimes you got to let your friends go because they're too busy. Oh my God, I just want to look better, but they're not because they know their man could be out there cheating with their ex. I just want my ex because I hate my wife, but she has 3 or 4 kids, and then I know if I leave, I gotta pay all this child support. Don't get caught up in that, okay? And don't get caught up with that because that person is projecting, but you just call it as you see it, and then you move on with your own life, okay? And then sometimes people will, if you call it out, they'll apologize because they knew they were doing it. Just sometimes people don't want to get caught or be told that they're doing it because they thought, okay, they're too smart to get caught. So just let them know you've been caught. Okay. God bless you, but don't be mean. Don't be mean because then you got to pay for that. And remember, people's karma, no matter what the circumstances are, the wages of their sin, it will come back around to them. Okay. Some people get cancer. Some people get, all kinds of stuff happening in their lives or their children's lives or their family's lives because they wish bad things on you because of that envy or because they're just mad because they're going through so much and they just want somebody to punish for who's not even related to what they're going through. It's just, hey, I want to look better than you. And I hear so many great things about you. And then, stuff like that. So just let them do what they do and just leave them alone. And then you keep glowing up. You keep focused. You stay focused because remember, these are distractions. Okay. So a friend who has a spouse who it's not going so well in their lives, they want to project on you because they know it's not. And because you're single, they want to make you look beneath them, but you're not. It's just they're tolerating something that you wouldn't tolerate. And that makes you strong. Okay. And then it makes them weak because they're like, oh, the kids and the excuses and all that stuff. Don't worry about that. God already knows what's up. Okay. He sees everybody's hearts and their minds. And that's all he or she sees their hearts and their minds. And that's all that needs to be seen. Okay. You just stay you and just remember your purpose here. And your purpose is to what? What is your purpose? It is to bless others before you die. God bless you. Bye. And sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sitting at my vanity right now because it's the only quiet place that I could get to right now. So God bless you. Hit the like, share, subscribe button on Creative Perspectives. It is extremely late where I am. God bless you. Bye. And as you can see, my hair ain't done, and I need to take these daggone glasses off because I already know. Okay, bye. Bye.